these judges, they were out of hand. They crossed the line when they started depriving me of my rights. Okay, the judge Elena Brown, she's the administrative judge. This
prison
woman,
time.
she threatened me on the record. It's on transcript. Threatened me. She a lot of stuff that she said that she shouldn't have said as a judge.
They going to prison.
She just, but you know what? She just didn't know who she was.
She was too comfortable.
She was too. Yeah.
She was extremely comfortable, and you could tell she was relaxed in her position.
Anybody that try to stop it, they gonna go right along with them.
She knows the power that protects her. But see, here's the thing.
The power is all dried up.
All of that is fine, but everything comes to an end.
This is so all these judges that overheard this, they ignored the Constitution.
I will note this. We do record
They're criminals under 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242 as well for taking orders from handlers. We're coming for y'all.
Hold on 1 second. I have to stop. There's no timer.
The moment he invoked those constitutional rights, he was under supreme law.
All right. You ready to go? Yes, I am. You may proceed. Can you hear me clearly? Yep, all set.
Okay, so before I start my argument on this state, I'd like to state all constitutional rights are both not waived. That out the way. The second issue here, well, the first thing I want to point out to the court is on the Paley's brief, there is no reference to the state constitution or the United States Constitution. The second issue is the previous divorce case was a case that gave rise to criminal acts under Title 18 U.S.C. 242 federal law. Those issues are now pending before the United States Supreme Court. Furthermore, if those proceedings were to continue, they would automatically be in Article
He should have been afforded a new divorce.
of the Ohio Constitution, which is outlined on page 5 of the brief. So Article 110A8 provides that to proceedings free from unreasonable delay and a prompt conclusion of the case. Article 110A7 provides that to full and timely restitution from the person who committed the criminal offense or delinquent act against the victim, which is me. Even if I would have not filed bankruptcy, the divorce proceeding was already in violation of Article 1, Section 10A8 of the Ohio Constitution. This bankruptcy was filed last year on the 8th. This is August 11, 2017. About a year after the divorce was filed by the applicant, filed June 14, 2016. My divorce case filed April 12, 2018 is an action that I am guaranteed under the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. That allowed me to petition the government for redress of grievances. Article 6, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution says, quote, "The Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound therefore anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding." The brief of applicant is notwithstanding and has no implication of any secure right to the Constitution, the United States Constitution.
Exactly. But they went on to commit fraud.
The cases and arguments made by the applicant are repugnant to the supreme law of the land. I want a divorce that involves no violation of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, no violations of the Ohio Code of Judicial Conduct, and a fair and impartial judge.
He was denied that. They forced Kim Browne to do it.
I'm resting.
They forced Kim Browne.
If there's any questions
Oh, look at what we have here. Ohio Disciplinary Council files complaint against Franklin County Domestic Relations Judge. Oh, look whose dog day is coming. This bitch gonna get more than removed. This bitch she going to prison. This is only the beginning. The Ohio Supreme Court's Disciplinary Council has filed a complaint against a Franklin County judge alleging that she required a litigant in a divorce case to sign a parenting agreement without consulting with his attorney. Oh, wow. She's done that a number of times. Domestic Relations Juvenile Court Judge Kim A. Browne violated 3 provisions of the Code of Judicial Conduct by her actions, according to the complaint filed last week. Among those provisions is one that states a judge may encourage parties to a proceeding and their lawyers to settle matters in a dispute, but shall not act in a manner that coerces any party into settlement. She did that. She fucking did that in Moses' case. Browne, a judge for 19 years, declined comment when contacted by the Dispatch. Her attorney, Michael Close, said he can't believe the complaint was filed. Really? The only thing she's accused of is settling a case, which happens thousands of times a day. He said, I think it's ludicrous. No, I think you're ludicrous. Browne has until January 4th to respond to the complaint, which was filed by Disciplinary Counsel Joseph Caliguri before the State Board of Professional Conduct. The board will hear the case and recommend to the Ohio Supreme Court whether Browne should face disciplinary sanctions, which can range from a public reprimand to the loss or suspension of her law license. In addition to coercion, she is accused of violating parts of the code that requires a judge to avoid the appearance of impropriety and that he or she accord to every person who has a legal interest in proceeding or that person's lawyer the right to be heard. The incident occurred on February 3rd, 2021, when Browne conducted a hearing on a man's request for a domestic violence civil protection order against his wife during the course of their divorce. Yeah, right. After denying the man's request, Browne announced that she intended to order week-on-week off parenting time for the separated couple that complaint states. Parenting time was part of the divorce case, which was not the subject of the hearing. Despite the absence of the husband's attorney, Browne told the wife's attorney to draft an entry in the divorce case regarding parenting time under terms that the judge dictated to him. Browne told the parties they could not leave the courthouse until they either signed the entry she had dictated or entered into a parenting agreement on their own. The complaint alleges the estranged couple and the wife's attorney went out into the hallway where the husband signed the entry because he felt he had no other option. Yeah, she did the same shit to Moses. The complaint notes that when Browne ruled on the parenting time, she had not reviewed any allegations or pleadings in the divorce case. At the time of Browne's ruling, the child was in the father's custody. Franklin County Children's Services had filed a complaint alleging that the child was an abused or neglected dependent child while in the mother's care. The mother was permitted only supervised visitation with the child. 6 months after Browne's ruling, the child's court-appointed guardian filed a motion seeking to terminate the mother's access to the child due to her failure to cooperate with the guardian and her positive drug screen for fentanyl, the complaint states. In response to the guardian's motion, Browne suspended the mother's visitation rights due to her failure to report for a drug screen and a second positive test for fentanyl. Browne was appointed to a vacancy on the bench in 2002 by then Ohio Governor Bob Taft, a Republican. She won election that November to complete the term and has won re-election 3 times. Has won rigged election 3 times. Browne is expected to be on the ballot in November 2022, seeking a 4th 6-year term on the bench. This lady is a criminal. She take bribes. She's taken bribes. We took her all the way to the United States Supreme Court, where they protected her unconstitutionally. They basically ignored what she did. She violated Judicial Code of Conduct in Moses' case. She threatened his life on the record. We have transcripts where she's saying that they could have that trigger pulled on him at any time, and he need to understand that. Okay? This lady should be in prison, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get her there. This bitch will sit beautifully in prison. I guarantee it. I don't care if I have to go to the farthest edge of the earth to get that shit done. She will go into the prison, and Maureen O'Connor is going to go with her.